boxing source. Let's do this. I'm going to share the article with you guys so you can read along with me. Here it goes, guys. Oh, bad news. And this, though, brings up, wow, something very interesting, brother, because this, why would he turn down this? Can you see this now, brother? Can you see all of this? Can you see the article?
Yeah, I can see it. Let me read it right now.
No, I got it. I'll read it. Here it comes. You ready?
Go for it.
Okay, we're going to scroll down to this part right here, okay? Right here. It says, and this is care of JamesSource.net. He just dropped a bomb on everybody. And he got the skinny before Big Fat Dan Rafael. And he says, what has been rumored is that Vergil Ortiz would have been facing Serhii Bohachuk with the WBC interim title on the line, but it was shot down. The parties involved seem to be all in on making the fight happen, but apparently it was blocked. And because of that, Ortiz is completely off the card. That will take place at W.A.W Stadium on August 3rd. Ortiz's promoter, Adam Lopez, seemed to post some words in reference to Ortiz potentially being involved in another bout, but that remains to be seen. And he says this, I have huge plans for Vergil Ortiz. Fight announcement comes. But first, let's imagine an all-Dallas showdown versus Errol Spence Jr. Look, I don't know why I just threw in the Oscar De La Hoya impression. I'm sorry. This isn't about Oscar. This is about Turki Al-Sheik turning down. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm going to stop this screen. Hold on so I can. Hold on. Let's see. Can you hear me okay, brother? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly fine.
Okay, very good.
I'm just
very
doing,
good. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing mailman stuff.
Oh, and it's the mailman. Bum, ba, dum. I'm gonna write a song about that, dude. So here it is, guys. Here it is, right? From what I was told as well, guys, and once again, seeing JK or JR Bell confirm this on his site. Yeah, it's basically confirming everything that I was told. So now, though, Adam, can you guess who's the person who turned this down? It wasn't Tom Loeffler, who actually is the promoter for Serhii Bohachuk, and it obviously wasn't Oscar De La Hoya, and it wasn't the brass at DAZN. So who turned this down, Adam?
There's only one guy and one guy left, and that's His Excellency, the Turkey. The Turkey.
That's it. Daddy Warbucks, guys. Daddy Warbucks of the Middle East. Turki Al-Sheik. Turki Al-Sheik is the guy who denied and turned this down. That's a real head scratcher. It makes you wonder what's going on here. Think about this. If you look at that card, the only other matchup that's better or just as good as Vergil Ortiz and a real badass in the pocket like Serhii Bohachuk, a guy who's all balls, who's going to come right at you, right? What matchup on that card is better than that except for maybe Pitbull Cruz and Rayo Valenzuela, right? So
Yeah,
why would he turn this down? Why would he turn this down, Adam?
I mean, I have no idea why he would turn that down because, I mean, he just wants to make great fights. From what he's been saying, that's his whole selling point is, I don't care what it takes. I just want to make great fights. I watched Dana White yesterday on the Flagrant podcast, and he gave me great hope for what Turkey's supposed to do. He goes, yeah, this guy doesn't really care what it costs. He's just trying to make great fights. And that's a guy that he's talked to. He's talked to Turkey. He's met Turkey. And that's his impression of it. He doesn't really care what it is. He's in charge of the Saudi Board of Entertainment of Sports. And
That's
so he
right.
just wants to make great fights. And, dude, that's great for us. We make those fights. But if there's some politics behind the scene that we don't quite know about, that's just all it is. It's just basically it's the same thing that we're gonna get that we got with everybody else. That's basically he's not really well. He is kind of lying to us. We want him to be the savior of boxing. We want him to be the guy that's gonna make the great fights. So I mean, he's got to like knock off the politics. But even with him, he still wants politics involved. And it's like, come on, your big selling point is that you want to make the great fights. Just make the great fights and let's bygones be bygones and let's get this done.
Well, look, maybe it's not him, the one who's doing, well, the politics. Maybe it's not him that has an axe to grind or a beef with a potential party there, right?
Is it Tom Loeffler or the country
Tom?
that the fighter represents?
Well, I can't see the entire nation of Saudi Arabia having a beef, or the Saudi royal family having a beef with a gentleman like Tom Loeffler. This is a guy who's always been a straight shooter, and I don't know anyone in this business who has an axe to grind with a gentleman like Tom Loeffler. But
that's the craziest thing to me. Yeah.
But what about the guy who's brokering the deals for Turki Al-Sheik?
Who's the matchmaker?
Well, look, technically, and the bird agrees with me, and technically it's well, look, it says if it's Matchroom involved or if it's Frank Warren involved, it's usually either who is it? Kevin Rooney Jr. or it's George Warren. But I'm not going to say this, guys, but my friend Sid UK is. Yeah. And look, it's not Don King, guys, okay? But he's coming up a little bit later when we talk about Adrian Broner. My apologies. Yeah, so. Oh, hold on. They're mentioning a number and no one's in here. So, hey, I'll take it, guys, as long as it's not something terribly greasy. Yeah. No, I'm just jiving. No one's here but me. So, anyway, look, guys, look. Adam, I have something to ask you. Will you call me His Excellency if I'm wearing this?
You do have the crown on.
I do have the crown.
You do have the crown.
Look at that. See that? I do have the crown. Yeah. So anyway, brother. But look. Yeah, something tells me that this has everything to do with Gennady Golovkin not signing with MTK Global and Tom Loeffler being the reason for this. Now, once again, maybe I'm reaching, but what makes sense here? Like, here's the reason why I can't really make sense of this. And Canelo's World says, well, what about Rick Merrigan? Dude, why would Rick, who truly believes Vergil is the baddest dude in boxing right now, why would he stand in the way and turn down? Now, from what I've been told, Canelo's World, that all parties involved were in. And this is your ideal fight. One, it's a great style matchup. And two, it's not going to cost Turki Al-Sheik a fortune. Serhii Bohachuk is a warrior. This guy's going to stand in the pocket and bang with Vergil. Not very many people have the stones to do that. And best part, it's not going to cost him an arm and a leg. He's not going to demand $5 million like most other fighters in the top 10 would. This is a guy who's hungry, and his promoter doesn't have any TV dates, Tom Loeffler. So that's a win-win. You get this great blue-chip style matchup for absolutely nothing. And then Turki Al-Sheik, who can print his own money, the Saudi royal family, and he turns this down?
Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Make that make sense, brother.
Doesn't make sense. I mean, your guess is as good as mine. I honestly don't think that it's anything boxing related, dude. This is like it may be bigger than boxing. It may be countries. I don't know. But I mean,
well,
that's the Alex Jones coming out of me. But I mean, your guess is
you're making the Ukraine connection, are you?
Yeah, I mean, say maybe it's that. Maybe it's, I don't know.
You know what, brother? Don't do that, man. I'd rather pin it on Daniel instead of Ukraine. But you know what? Maybe it is the Alex Jones coming out in you.
I don't know, dude. I mean,
well,
this
look,
maybe
as long as you don't look like him, and as long as you don't have that gravelly ass voice like him, I'm good. You can espouse whatever kind of conspiracy theory you want on this show, brother.
Yeah.
But guys, before we move forward, guys, give us your thoughts. Why on earth would Turki Al-Sheik? And once again, it's not just if I heard this yesterday, and J.R. Bell, our very dear friend, and you can hear him every Tuesday, host the Ronnie Shield show with me from the Boxing Source. He confirmed it. What is going on? Why would Turki Al-Sheik turn this down? This is a guy who's throwing money at Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker. This is a guy who's throwing money at Andy Ruiz versus big fat ass cheater Jarrell Miller. Right? This is a guy who's funding David Morrell Jr. and Hot Rod. No chance Hot Rod, right? That guy's got a no chance in hell, in the immortal words of Vince McMahon. So why would he turn this down and deny, refuse to pay for Vergil Ortiz, Serhii Bohachuk, arguably one of the best style matchups that you could make at 154? And for nothing. Neither one of these guys are demanding a small fortune. Neither one of these guys are big ticket sellers at this time. This is all steak, no fat. This is steak and sizzle, brother. Why would you turn this down? This makes no sense to me, guys. Tell us what you think in the chat. But Hands of Stone, my brother, he always joins us. And look, Hands of Stone, if you're looking for a scoop, this is it. Report this before everyone else does. Well, my brother J.R. Bell did beat you to it, but be the first on Twitter, my friend. Yeah. Because this was turned down by Turki Al-Sheik, from what I was told, by several different reliable sources very close to the situation. You can take it to the bank that Serhii Bohachuk, Tom Loeffler's guy, 360 Promotions, and Vergil Ortiz, Oscar de la Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions, everyone had come to terms. It was all but done. And Turki Al-Sheik shoots it down. What I want to know is why.